Talofa, kia ora, and g'day. My name is Elijah Timo Le Musufe Wali. I come from the villages of Eva in Solosolo, Malie, and Matautu in Lefanga. On my mother's side, I come from Ngāti Porou, and my sub-tribe or my hapu is Te Whanua Panui. I was born and raised here in Australia. I was born here in Brisbane. I grew up most of my life in the Gold Coast. In my later high school years, I moved back to Brisbane, and it's where my family currently resides now. But throughout my growing up, it was always, back and forth between Gold Coast and Brisbane. Logan, yeah, that's where I grew up, and that's where I'm from. The business name itself is Mānurua. Mānurua comes from the kupesi or upeti design called the Mānurua. And if you know the Mānurua, it's one of the Western Pacific's probably most well-known or ancient designs we know of in the West Pacific amongst Tonga, Samoa and Fiji and the other neighboring islands in the west. The word itself, Mānurua, refers to two birds. Manu, bird, lua, two. And so the design is often referenced into such things like unity, togetherness, the coming together of two parties or migration, and those sorts of topics, I guess. However, I wanted to use this design and kind of make it personal. Manu to represent my Samoan side, and Rua to represent my Māori side. The coming together of my Māori mother and my Samoan father, essentially creating me. I am a product of, the diaspora, colonization. I am a hybrid, if you wanna use that term, I like to use hybrid instead of Afakasi, half caste. Afakasi just because there is that certain negative concept around it. You're not full Samoan, you're not full Tongan or whatever. So hybrid, I feel, kind of makes you seem a bit more unique. So yeah, that's kind of the background behind the name Mānurua, representing personally my family. But also representing the line of work that I do, which is Pacific art, is Western Pacific carving. I say Western Pacific carving because I do and have done Māori, but I don't consider myself a professional or well-versed in that area. I'm more well-versed in Western Pacific carving, Tonga, Samoa, Fiji. And so, yeah. So yeah, it's Mānurua is a personal play on the word Mānurua, personal to me and my ancestry, my Samoan and Māori ancestry or heritage. On a bigger scale though, Mānurua represents the taking and acknowledging of indigenous knowledge, indigenous art and practices, and being able to take that whilst being sensitive to it and present it in a contemporary context. Yeah, that's basically what Mānurua represents.